Good evening, welcome back to another episode. We're trying on a different camera today. There was someone that messaged me and said the camera that you did the outro on was a lot better, so I'm going to give it a go, see how it works, and that means I've got to buy a new bloody tripod because this tripod doesn't fit this camera, so we'll see. Even with an adapter on, it doesn't work right. Anyway, today's episode is going to be mainly talking about Stafford and showing and what it takes to exhibit birds. It's not going to be in depth on certain things, but I'm sure you'll find something interesting. So we'll start off with Stafford. As you all know, thanks to everyone that came up to see us at Stafford. It was great to meet some new people as well. We had a trade stand there, so while I've got a trade stand there, I thought I'd exhibit birds. Now, a lot of the birds that I did take, five-wise, weren't quite ready, and I didn't really expect them to perform or to win any major awards because they weren't ready. But the thinking behind that for me was trying them and giving them the show training, because you can't replicate what it takes in our bird room, putting birds in show cage. We can't replicate the real-time show and the public and the judges picking the birds up, and in a real case scenario. So for me, that you can't get any better than that. So on to the show. We took some fives, we took some British birds, greenfinches only really. We didn't take any mules. The fives fared pretty alright actually. We had a lot of second-in classes, and some of the second-in classes that we were second to, we had quite a lot in the top 7 actually. The ones that were second actually, the winners of that went on to win the colour specials anyway, so we can't ask for any better than that. With our fawn, she's in the hang on the front cages training now. She actually took best fawn, so I was over the moon with that. And she went on to repeat that later on, as I'll explain. On to the British section. So I entered, I think, 10 birds altogether. And same again, a couple of them weren't quite there. But they fared really well. We had, in the adult cock class, we had second. Obviously to Kev Taylor again. Kev is well known for the greenfinches, and I take my hat off to him. He turns out some brilliant birds every year, worthy of taking the top prize. So second in the adult cock class, second in the adult hen class, I believe, or third. I'll check. But I'll put the results of the top 5 up, or 7 up, or whatever they are. And I believe it was either second or third in the current year end class as well. Against some quality British bird keepers and breeders. So some people that have been in this hobby a lot longer than me, like Terry McCracken. So when you're up in the mix with them type of guys, Lawson and Wells, you must be heading in the right direction, in my opinion anyway. The show itself in the British section was won by Jason Coventry. Now, if any of you regular viewers to our channel will know, back in season 1 when I started doing these videos, I mentioned about Jason Coventry. He was a novice at this point, and I said, this is a guy that you need to watch. He will go on and do really well on the show bench, and he did. He took best British exhibiting show, and I think best current year hardbill and best adult hardbill. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what it was. Now, as I predicted Jason would do the deed back then, I'm predicting this next exhibitor, Davey, a good mate of mine, Davey, second best in show with a current year Canary Bully. Now, I've been fortunate enough to watch this hybrid develop and seen the pairings of this, and seen it in the nest and seen it develop throughout the moult. So I'm quite fortunate to have seen that. So that's a massive well done to Jason and to Davey. Also, while I'm mentioning people, Oliver, O.C. Avery. Now, he had a fantastic day with, I think, best novice hard done with a greenfinch cock. And I've seen this greenfinch cock a while ago, and I said to him, that is a stunning bird. I know where it comes from, and I'm not taking anything away from that. But the bird looked amazing, so hats off to Oliver for that, and may it continue with all you guys. So, the show after that was a week later, Aldershot and District CBS. I was acting show manager that day for some reason or another, which I was delighted to do. So on the day I took my daughter Lucy with me. Lucy's very keen with birds. She's at the sales with me week in, week out, helping me out. She helps me out in the shed, and we've spoke about it before on camera, and we said that she wants to start breeding birds again and exhibiting birds, but I'm not going to go into all the details of why she stopped in the first place. But I'm not going to let her, I'm going to encourage her to take up the hobby once more. She's always around the birds, and she does enjoy them. The only thing I'm going to say is we're going to look for, and it was suggested by my friend Jamie, is the problem with it is the birds I breed, I don't want to really the same type of breed, just because people will be saying, oh, they're your dad's birds, or, you know, your dad bought you this, and all that nonsense that comes with it. So my thought was something different. It was suggested that she could have some English cinnamons, delightful bird in themselves in their own right. So I think that's what we're going to go for. I think if we could get a pair or two for her, anyone that's got any, give me a shout. I'm sure we could do something. Bearing in mind that Lucy, I'm not going to pay for these birds, and you probably think you're tight sod, but it's not. When I had birds as a kid, it was the same scenario as what I'm in now. My dad with birds, and this is why I had 5 since a junior, because my dad was showing British birds, and it was the same kind of thing. So Lucy's either going to pay for herself, or she's going to try and beg, steal and borrow from people. But it's just that I don't want the people saying, well, your dad bought you them birds, you know. And English cinnamons themselves are bloody expensive birds. So, but it's just to stop all the backstabbing before it even starts. But that's on tonight. Anyway, back to the show. Here's me waffling on. So for the day, yes, acting show manager, and like I said, I was delighted to take up the job. The show itself, Alistair, Charlene, everyone at Aldershot did a fantastic job, and it was a show that was a memorial to Dave Tanner and Paddy Dunn, sorry. I've known both these guys, I've known them for quite a long time, and Dave was quite influential with my 5s over the last couple of years. When I took him to shows, he told me what's what, and except for he wrong classed, I think every bird of mine one year. So that's part of the learning curve, though. Anyway, so it was a memorial show for them. So the birds, they had, I think the numbers for a CBS 320, maybe 350. I can't remember offhand. But a fantastic turnout for the early part of the show season. Again, we entered some birds, we entered some 5s, we entered some British birds, the Linnet Mule. We also got best AOV, and something I've never took a bird that was any other variety canary. That's what AOV means. So we got best AOV overall, which is good. I'm quite happy with that. With the 5s did really well as well. Mark Beckenham judged the 5s, and you know, sometimes you get people saying, oh, the judge has done a good job or bad job, but bear in mind, no matter what show you go to, you've always got mixed opinions on how the judges got on. Anyway, British birds, was won again by Jason Coventry with the Ardbill section. Different red pole this time. It was, I believe it was an adult red pole. I've seen the current year ones after shown me because I didn't really get time at Stafford to look at them properly. The best overall British went to Davey Hunt with his Canary Bullfinch, and thanks for the Team Dagenham that came to support us at that show that day. Alistair Phillips Hill did well, so did the Wallace brothers, the partnership. They did really well. Everyone did really well at the show. We also took best champion current year Muir Hybrid and best champion Muir Hybrid in show with one of our own Linnet Mules that we've bred. You've seen throughout the year these Linnet Mules coming on. There is actually still one in the flight molting out here behind us, which will be a better bird than the one I've shown, so looking forward to that later on. So that was a quick trip to Aldershot for us, and like I said, a delightful day, meeting some people I haven't even seen since last year at the show, so it's always good to get out and speak to the guys. Long weekend, that one. The day after that was the East Anglian Fife, I think it's Fife Canary Club, I think that's right anyway, run by Chris Wilding and team. It's the first time I've been here, first time I've exhibited here, and again a really well run show, and we did really well again. Best allied, best fawn and best 10% on the day. Started off in the morning, breakfast with Keith Ferry, as you do. I've been laughing a joke with him and Mr Major and Gary McBeef, Terry Hardy and all the lads that we use this year at the 5 shows. Big belly busting English breakfast straight in the belly. It's what you need to start your day off anyway, don't you? No, delightful day, having a chat with Keith. Keith went on to win 2 colour specials as well. Also Terry and Gary. Now, you'll probably hear, or you will have heard people say, or even on Facebook, about Team Dagenham. So Team Dagenham is the members from Dagenham and District Cage Bird Society. We all show as a team collectively when we go to open shows at places representing Dagenham, and I'm proud to be part of that. So the Team Dagenham took 6 specials overall at the Fife Canary show. Terry and Gary took 3 specials also, so brilliant day out for Team Dagenham. Now, Team Dagenham, like I said, it's not anything too serious. We just try and encourage our club members to travel around with the other team, our Team Dagenham, around the UK to shows, and that's what it's about for us. We try and promote the hobby as much as possible at Dagenham and get to as many shows as possible and support them as much as possible, hoping that you guys out there will come and support Dagenham show when we have our open show in December. So anyway, that is it for the shows we've done. I know it's just a quick roundup. I know you will have seen quite a lot of the footage and pictures on Facebook and stuff, but I want to give you my interpretation. I have got a judging engagement in Ireland, as I've said, and I'm really looking forward to it and see how we get on over there, looking at some of their birds. But the birds in themselves, I'm really happy with the progress on them. That goes for the British and the Ardbills, Greenfinches, the Mules and Hybrids. Further down the line in the season, I will be introducing you to some more of the Mule and Hybrid pairs and the Ardbills that we've got in for later on in the year for breeding season next year. So, plenty to keep tuned for. Well, there's not really much more to explain on this episode, but next week we've got a few questions that have come into our channel that I will be addressing in the next episode. Hopefully some more news from the Fife Canary shows and the British shows that have been going off. Like I said, I won't be visiting any shows this week. I've got too much going on. But if I can get that to people that don't have social media, by YouTube, I will do my best to do that. So for the second part of the video, I'll switch to this camera now. I'm going to try and see how I get on with this camera, and hopefully the videos in the later episodes throughout the year will be done off this camera. So we're going to talk about the birds in general now. So the greenfinches, I have said in the videos last month and so on before, that because of canary, they're taking longer to develop, especially into a shorebird. The one in K7 is, I know it's right behind me, but is a shore quality greenfinch, and it has developed, but however very slow. And that is part of knowing the birds. Any novice that's coming into it, they might see a bird and think it's not the potential for showing, but give that time for the bird to develop properly into a shorebird as it should be. All in all, like I said, the greenfinches are really coming on. The ones in the flights, when I pull them out and put them in these cages and then into a smaller cage that is behind me, we will get a better understanding of what the birds will develop like. But they're all bred from brilliant stock, so I can't see why they shouldn't develop into decent shorebirds. The fives, on the other hand, anyone that has fives will tell you the same thing, that you'll see them early on and they'll have shore potential, and then they'll go into this sudden state where they don't look the same type of bird, and then they'll come back again. And that's what happens, and is happening now with the fives that I've got over the other side. They are still developing and shaping up. You can look one day and think that bird's not going to make a decent shorebird, and then a week later that bird will develop into a better kind of a shorebird. It's not until later on in the year, for instance, some people that start showing the birds don't have a good show season until the latter end of the show season, because the birds have took that long to develop through. And ours are the same thing. You get some that develop quick and some that take a lot longer to do. So it is a better understanding of the birds if you want to exhibit them, and be patient with them. I think that is the main thing. Well, over the next few weeks we are got a few more shows lined up, but like I said, not this weekend, and we're having a bit of time off. I am judging in Ireland, which I'm really looking forward to actually. I'll be judging, so I'm not going to get much time to get footage. Once I finish judging, I'll have more time to get footage of the birds that have took the specials there. I will try and speak to somebody, see if they can actually do a bit of recording for me. How good it's going to be is out of my hands. But I am going to ask the question to have walked round, because excuse me, it would be good to actually see the procedures of what a judge is looking for, and the procedures of judging and what it takes to judge a bird, and how you go through the procedures of whittling a class down of, especially the British section, because the birds in the British section are all different classifications. I'm not going to explain it. It's too hard to explain on this video here. But it would be good to see like the duals and hybrids, different sections, and see how we get like 3 different type of hybrids and pick the best one out of it. But I'll see. I'll have to ask a question when I'm there, and see if any of the lads are willing to do that for me. But yeah, we will carry on in the show season. I will report best I can and get footage of what I can when I'm at these shows, and try and share that with you guys. Anyway, that's it from me for today. I will endeavour to keep these videos coming to you, and thanks for everyone's support. When I was at Stafford, I was asked quite a lot of questions of what's happened with the videos and things like that, and the kind comments from our last video does make it all worthwhile when I'm doing these videos. So anyway, thanks for watching everybody, and I will see you in the next episode.